Can you solve all these Class 3 IVS Chapter 12 work we do questions? Champa is a...
Bravo. Flower seller is the answer.
Who was Nanu?
Well reasoned. A barber is the correct choice.
He works on.
Strong choice. Actor is the right answer.
I is that da.
Well done. Barber is the right choice.
A florist dash. Good job. Your answer sells flowers works well here. She fixes teeth.
You got it. Your choice dentist is right.
Full form of sing.
Nice work. You chose compressed natural gas, and it is correct.
I live in a dash.
Clear logic. Your choice community is sound and 100% true.
He puts out fire.
Perfect. Firefighter is the correct choice.
Who is Chinama?
Smart pick. Rams's daughter is the correct choice.
Who is a butcher?
Correct response. Sells meat is the most accurate answer.
I am that barber.
Right choice. True is the best answer.
Imparts knowledge.
Valid point. Teacher is true.
Who is Jagabai?
Excellent. Cobbler is a brilliant choice.
A person who acts.
You chose actor, and it is correct.
Huava Jagubai?
You're right. A cobbler is the correct answer.
Works in hospitals.
On track. A nurse is the correct answer.
Who was Satvinder?
Great thinking. Balba's brother is the right choice.
Choose odd one out.
Exactly. Taylor makes sense, and it is right choice.
People who laugh us.
Sharp thinking. Joker is the right choice.
A dash lays bricks.
Right again. Mason is a valid answer.
A farmer works in.
Great job. Field is the accurate answer.
What do Champa sell?
Excellent choice. Flowers is the right answer.
Ravi Baya was deaf.
Nicely done. False is a solid answer.
Stitches new dresses.
Well picked. Taylor is the correct answer.
She works in a school.
Smart move. Teacher is an accurate answer.
He plays the football.
Correct. Footballer is the right answer.
Fireman works in dash.
Solid response. Fire station is a valid choice.
Where do lawyers work?
Good thinking. In court is the right answer.
Tick the correct lesson.
Nice selection. Work we do is the correct and valid answer.
Who makes earthen pots?
Good thinking. Potter is the right answer.
A shopkeeper works in a...
Nice work. You chose shop, and it is correct.
He cooks in a restaurant.
Exactly. Chef makes sense, and it is right choice.
Who treats the patients?
Excellent. Doctor is a brilliant choice.
Who stitch our clothes?
Correct response. Taylor is the most accurate answer. Raiji is a fruit seller. Sharp thinking. True is the right choice. Whose sandal was broken? Valid point. Teachers is true. He works in the hospital. Great job. Doctor is the accurate answer. A teacher works in a dash. Nicely done. School is a solid answer. The baker works in a dash.
Right again. Bakery is a valid answer.
Who protects our country? You got it? Your choice, soldier, is right. What was Balber drinking? Good job. Your answer T works well here. Choose the public places. Clear logic. Your choice, all of the above, is sound and 100% true. Who were late for school? Right choice. Both A and B is the best answer. Who teaches you in school? Smart pick. Teacher is the correct choice. A laborer irons my clothes. Excellent choice. False is the right answer. What does a carpenter make?
Smart move. Furniture is an accurate answer.
Hard work leads to failure. Well picked. False is the correct answer. Ramesh was doing mason work. Great thinking. True is the right choice. The area around our homes is. Bravo. Neighborhood is the answer. Champa is a vegetable seller. Strong choice. False is the right answer. Who makes iron tuckles for us? Well reasoned. Blacksmiths is the correct choice.
What was work done by Ramesh?
You're right. Mason work is the correct answer. She works in a police station. Perfect. Policewoman is the correct choice. The word anxious means dash. Correct. Afraid is the right answer. Who looks after the patients? Well done. Nurse is the right choice. A person who mends your shoes. Nice selection. Cobbler is the correct and valid answer. Seema studies in standard dash. You chose 3, and it is correct.
What does Deepali's father do?
On track. Sells vegetables is the correct answer. A person who collects letters? Solid response. Postman is a valid choice. Who was Seema's football coach? Nice selection. Ravi Baya is the correct and valid answer. Makes and mends slippers shoes. Exactly. Cobbler makes sense, and it is right choice. A dash treats and saves people. Valid point. Doctor is true. If you are sick, you will go too. Perfect. Hospital is the correct choice. Who repairs taps in your house? Sharp thinking. Plumber is the right choice. The person who designs buildings.
Right again. Architect is a valid answer.
We can earn money from all work. Well done. False is the right choice. You can deposit your money here. Clear logic. Your choice bank is sound and 100% true. Fits and repairs leakage of taps. Bravo. Plumber is the answer. Ramesh and Rajesh both were dash. Great job. Brothers is the accurate answer. Dash amends our shoes and sandals. You got it. Your choice, cobbler, is right. Louis Braille belonged to France. Good thinking. True is the right answer. A person who repairs our vehicles. You're right. Mechanic is the correct answer. The person who cuts and sells meat. Nice work. You chose butcher, and it is correct. A place where children go to study. Correct response. School is the most accurate answer. A dash grows fruits and vegetables. Excellent. Farmer is a brilliant choice. Deepali had studied till class dash. Good job. Your answer 3 works well here. Dash is a person who entertains us. Solid response. Dancer is a valid choice. Seema shares news with her friends. Strong choice. False is the right answer. The person who catches the thieves. Right choice. Policeman is the best answer. The little boy gave Balber a cup of. Excellent choice. T is the right answer. Mechanic repairs cars and scooters. Nicely done. True is a solid answer. We should respect all types of work. You chose yes, and it is correct. A special place where a nurse works. Smart move. Hospital is an accurate answer. Choose the grocery items from below. Great thinking. All of the above is the right choice. An electrician builds houses for us. On track. False is the correct answer. A person who treats patient is called. Well picked. Doctor is the correct answer. The person who makes wooden furniture. Correct. Carpenter is the right answer. Our shoes and sandals are repaired by. Well reasoned. Cobbler is the correct choice. The person who repairs taps and pipes. Smart pick. Plumber is the correct choice. Ramesh and Rajesh were both brothers. Smart move. True is an accurate answer. The person who mends shoes and sandals. Well reasoned. Cobbler is the correct choice. Who teaches students in the classroom? Great thinking. Mrs. Nancy is the right choice. How many teeth are there in your mouth? Good job. Your answer 32 works well here. We get money from all types of work. Well picked. No is the correct answer. A person who repairs cars and scooters. Well done. Mechanic is the right choice. A place where we can deposit our money. Nicely done. Bank is a solid answer. The number 1 cause of child labor is. Right again. Poverty is a valid answer. The person who makes jewelry from gold. Smart pick. Goldsmith is the correct choice. A dashich is a person who builds the house. Good thinking. Mason is the right answer.
Who is a chemist, druggist, pharmacist?
You're right. Person selling medicines is the correct answer.
Who fixes your car when it doesn't work?
Excellent choice. A mechanic is the right answer.
A traffic policeman catches the thieves. You chose false, and it is correct. Makes wooden furniture as doors or windows.
Nice selection. Carpenter is the correct and valid answer.
The person who builds things with stones.
Great job. Mason is the accurate answer.
A person who delivers letters is known as.
Solid response. Postman is a valid choice.
The person who repairs electrical gadgets. On track?
Electrician is the correct answer.
We buy envelopes, stamps, and postcards from.
Valid point. Post office is true.
We repairs electric appliances of our home.
Clear logic. Your choice electrician is sound and 100% true.
We can dial this number to call the police.
Bravo. 100 is the answer.
We keep our money and jewelry in the dash.
Exactly. Bank makes sense and it is right choice. The area around our home is called our dash. You got it? Your choice neighborhood is right.
The Braille script is based on dash points.
Excellent. 6 is a brilliant choice. Among the following who wear brown uniform. Correct response. Postman is the most accurate answer.
He makes people laugh by doing funny tricks.
Sharp thinking. Joker is the right choice.
The work we do to earn money is called dash.
Perfect. Occupation is the correct choice.
A person who fits and repairs taps and pipes.
Right choice. Plumber is the best answer.
We can see many doctors at a police station.
Strong choice. False is the right answer.
We should be dash to the people who help us.
Correct. Thankful is the right answer.
I stitch your school uniform. Guess who am I?
Nice work. You chose Tyler and it is correct.
What was the truck carrying in Bulberstown?
Right again. Construction materials is a valid answer.
We keep our jewelry and money safe in a dash.
Valid point. Bank is true.
A person who teaches in the school is known as.
You got it? Your choice teacher is right.
The person who treats sick and injured animals.
Solid response. Veterinary doctor is a valid choice.
To become a pilot, what do you need to achieve?
Well picked. Both qualification and training is the correct answer.
What type of workers are the unskilled persons?
Correct response. Hard workers is the most accurate answer. Name the activity that is taught in the school. Sharp thinking. Art and craft is the right choice.
We dial dash on the telephone to call the police.
Right choice. 100 is the best answer.
The founder of the Apple company must have dash.
On track. Both qualification and training is the correct answer.
The person who repairs and makes things with iron.
Nicely done. Blacksmith is a solid answer.
A person who mends the pipe and tapes in our homes.
Excellent choice. Plumber is the right answer. Who among the following is not a helper at school?
Well reasoned. Policeman is the correct choice. A person who stitches our clothes is known as dash.
Well done. Tailor is the right choice.
We dial dash on the telephone to call fire brigade.
You chose 101, and it is correct.
Dash is a place where treatment of patients is done. You're right. Hospital is the correct answer. What do we call a person who repairs bikes and cars? Great thinking. Mechanic is the right choice. Deepali was in which grade when her brother was born? Excellent. Grade 3 is a brilliant choice. Who among the following comes to your home every day? Correct. Milkman is the right answer. Who takes care of the pets at home at a regular basis? Exactly. Family members makes sense, and it is right choice. A livestock worker needs high training and qualification. Bravo! False is the answer. A plumber needs good skill to fix the electrical gadgets. Strong choice. False is the right answer. Which community helper is known for teaching us new things? Smart move. Teachers is an accurate answer. The kind of work a person does to earn money is called dash.
Nice selection. Job is the correct and valid answer.
What do we call a person who makes and sells clay utensils? Clear logic. Your choice, Potter, is sound and 100% true. If you want to get your clothes stitched, you will look for perfect. Tailor is the correct choice. A person who is trained to fly an airplane is called a dash. Good job. Your answer, Pellet, works well here. We should gather a lot in public places during any pandemic. Good thinking. No is the right answer. Child working below which age is considered as child labor? Nice work. You chose 14, and it is correct. Choose the factor on which the choice of occupation depends. Great job. Raw material is the accurate answer. When there is some fault in electricity, we should call dash. Smart pick. An electrician is the correct choice. Which of the following things is used by Potter to make pots? Valid point. Potter's wheel is true. Who were the frontline warriors during the time of pandemic? Exactly. Doctors make sense, and it is right choice. What do we call a person who defends people's rights in court? He. Correct response. Lawyer is the most accurate answer. Find which option should not be a part of a child aged 12 years. Solid response. Working to earn is a valid choice. Which of the following things people do when they want to relax? Strong choice. Watch TV is the right answer. Who among the following help your mother in washing and cleaning? Right choice. Housekeeper is the best answer. Which of the following places is normally not in our neighborhood? Perfect. Forest is the correct choice. A gardener needs good skill to plant trees and keep the garden clean. Excellent choice. True is the right answer. What do we call a person who reports news on TV, radio, or newspaper? Well picked. Journalist is the correct answer. A teacher needs both qualification and training to teach in a school. Excellent. True is a brilliant choice. Which community helper is primarily responsible for putting out fires? Nice work. You chose firefighters, and it is correct. I need to purchase groceries, dresses, and toys. Where can I get them all? Well reasoned. Shopping mall is the correct choice. Mamta is Reggie's daughter with whom she delivers fruits and collects money. Nice selection. True is the correct and valid answer. Braille is a special way of reading and writing for people who cannot hear. Bravo! False is the answer. We should look down to the sweepers and rag pickers as they have a low job profile. Good thinking. Never is the right answer. True or false? Children who worked were kept safe and away from dangerous machinery. You got it? Your choice B, false, is right.
Seema's father reads the newspaper aloud to her nanny because she could not hear properly.
Clear logic. Your choice true is sound and 100% true. Choose the correct option. Right again. Florist is a valid answer. What type of worker is he? Great thinking. Unskilled worker is the right choice.
She dash in a restaurant.
You chose cooks, and it is correct. Identify the image and name them. Sharp thinking. Farmer is the right choice. A dash teaches students in a school. Nicely done. Teacher is a solid answer. A dentist is a doctor who treats dash. Well done. Teeth is the right choice. I take care of your garden. I am a dash. Smart pick. Gardener is the correct choice. A dash maintain law and order in the city. Your answer, police officer, works well here. Fill in the blank dash is work done for pay. Great job. Jobs is the accurate answer. Man who sells different commodities in a shop.
Correct. Shopkeeper is the right answer.
Who makes sure our teeth are healthy and clean?
You're right. Dentists is the correct answer.
This person works in a kitchen and prepares food.
Smart move. Cook is an accurate answer.
This person helps students cross the street safely. On track, crossing guard is the correct answer. And Dayash is a person who designs buildings and houses. Solid response. Architect is a valid choice. Fill in the blank. Construction workers dash houses.
Good job. Your answer build works well here.
A dash saves people and property during fire accidents.
Right again. Firefighters is a valid answer.
Is this person a consumer or producer in our community?
You're right. Consumer is the correct answer.
This is the place where patients are treated by doctors. Name the place.
Smart move. Hospitals is an accurate answer.
Person who drives bus and makes people reach their destination in time.
Nicely done. Bus driver is a solid answer.
Children have a right to free and compulsory education till the age of dash years.
Excellent choice. 14 is the right answer. I work as an employee of post office. I delivered letters, parcels, money orders to the destination. Who am I? Right choice. Postman is the best answer.
The place in the image where most of the transaction like deposit, withdrawal, loan takes place. What is this place?
Smart pick. Bank is the correct choice.
How you will get all these quiz questions in PDF books format?
Nice selection. Contact Narayan Changda on Facebook is the correct and valid answer.